Hello everybody and welcome back to my Spiderman Miles Morales playthrough. Last time, I think, we were doing the mission for Uncle Aaron, which was interesting. There was also a couple of things.
Hey, what you doing? Are you being that bastard that hasn't subscribed yet? Well, why don't you join one of us that have subscribed? As well as that, you might as well tune down into the description down below, where I have a new subreddit called r/RealmHQ. Other than that, back to your regularly scheduled program.
Wouldn't mind doing a couple of these.
Huh. I've got, like, fans.
Alright, that's cool. Oh, you know what is fun? So this game is set to Christmas, but I'm also screwing around with listening to some ghost stories because it's actually Halloween when I'm recording this. It's October 31st. Woo! So I'm having some fun, at least, with fucking listening to. Oh, okay. I don't know, I'm listening to bedtime stories, the fucking some of the ghost tales. I know one of them I was trying to look for.
That'll work.
What about B-52 being found in the Vietnam jungle? Couldn't find that one. I'll have to look it up later.
Miles,
Hello
we still
there.
meeting today? Never got a text back from you.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I've been wrapped up in my own stuff. But I'm free now. Where?
Sweet. 78th and West End.
Whoa! Faster than it looks.
Yes, that one! Wait, shit, let me, if I can try to find. I want to find that one. Is it Enemy Unknown, or is it the other one? So I'm trying to oh yeah, that one's a good one, the Blackbird of Chernobyl. I guess it's like the fucking... No, because that's a different one. I can't find it for some fucking reason. Yes, they're really good ghost or paranormal stories. And saying again, it's fucking Halloween. It's Halloween. It's a really fucking
Stop, 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 stop! And that's why you shouldn't run red lights.
let's go find it.
Me again. You want to meet at 78th and West End?
78th? By the Science Center? Why there?
You'll see. Don't be late.
Why aren't you in?
78th and West End. Guess I'll find out what she means. Better hustle over.
How the fuck? No. Oh.
Hey, Danicast fans. You ever hear a story that you just can't get out of your head? Maybe it's a scene from a movie, a headline you read on the back of someone else's newspaper, or your friend's play-by-play of a no-good, very bad date. Well, for me, that story is the underground. Who are they? What do they want? What's infuriating is that the question is so simple, but it seems impossible to answer. They steal, hurt, kidnap, and harass. They hit businesses and crime families alike. They have next-level technology and a grudge against everyone. I'm gonna keep looking into them, and if you have a tip, please send it my way. Until next time, remember not to put your coffee grounds in the garbage disposal, or they'll clog up your drain like real bad. Okay, bye!
I need this way more than you do, Underground.
Keep playing fucking jungle. No, this one's the forest. Alright.
Hey, the Underground's messing with a billboard. Just pinged it.
There we go.
The Underground set up here without anyone noticing? I'm impressed.
Oh, let's go through this thing.
Could make something new with this.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I'm actually kind of glad they removed the requirement for crime stuff. As much as it was interesting, that was definitely fucking tedious. Try to get to 100%. There we go.
Thanks, Underground.
Cool. Shit that I don't own. That's great because it's the fucking Underground. And that's the whole fun part. That's what this is.
Someone
actually
reported a
doing.
civilian being attacked near you.
Well, I couldn't hear you. I'm too busy being Spiderman. Okay.
Ho, ho, ho! We've got our first caller coming down the chimney.
This is good.
Oh, sure.
Stealing from us! Make it pay!
Is this gonna hurt?
Even Spider-Man can't survive this!
Yeah, I know the aesthetic was a bit jarring when I walked over. Made it but that's definitely wrong.
Gonna peel that mask off, you kid!
Are you sure about that?
Take your mask!
Oh, okay, I just not dead when it's
All right.
cold.
Think my work here is done.
Heads up. Donation stand's getting mugged near you.
Charity can wait. The fan is right here. Health is not fucking.
There's my
screwball.
photo desiring fan.
Spider-Man, hi. I know you're busy, but could I get a selfie with you?
Yeah, sure thing.
Oh my god, thank you. Pose right there.
Gotta run. Hope it turned out okay.
It's great, thank you.
Aw. If I web up the busted parts. More ruptures open. That worked. Oh, come on. That can't be good.
God damn. How... I know this isn't.
Not good, not
Oh,
good.
fuck me!
Gotta put that fire out. Please work. Here we go. The fire department should be here soon.
Thanks, Spider-Man. Never seen a gas line blow like that. Good thing you got here as fast as you did.
It's all good. I was in the neighborhood.
Other guys are telling me you got an app. I'm usually bad with technology, but for you, I'll check it out.
And I'm lonely. Merry Christmas.
What the fuck, how? That was a fucking statement.
Hey, I skipped lunch. When we wrap up here, you want to stop for burgers?
Yeah, Bobby ate my lunch again.
No way, really? You left sticky notes all over?
I do like how they humanize everyone. My ace is Chris and you know me.
I'm sure the underground is hanging around here for totally normal, non-criminal reasons.
I mean, you still technically are. I mean, if you're literally just gonna fucking jump into me.
Hey, Danicasters! A lot of you have questions about Roxxon, such as, who are they? And why do they suck so much? So let me give you a quick rundown. Simon Krieger took over after inventing Nuform, Roxxon's super secret fuel source. He shifted the company's focus to power, and now he's trying to build Nuform reactors around the city, starting in Harlem. Caught up? Cool. Now here's the problem. Nuform has not been vetted by anyone. No government agency, no council of medical professionals, nada. Zilch.
Alright.
Spider-Man!
So it's not regulated, but it's entirely why. I mean, there's a problem with thought that it's using Harlem as a testing ground for something that isn't. proven yet in terms of the market. Which I will agree they should have done it somewhere that was less populated.
Maybe I should leave a thank you note. Nah.
If not, I don't know where the fuck everyone's
Looks like
going.
some raft escapees blocked off a street and took hostages. No bueno.
So again, it's like locks in right now. Guys got PR at the wazoo, I will say that. I always have to know what the hell they're doing wrong.
Spider-Man!
Know what the fuck it is. Okay.
I could use this for sure.
Wait, are we allowed to? I don't think there's any way we can like fast travel or stuff like that.
Underground's got bad methods, but great gear.
Well, it's starting to make me a little Oh, okay, I see. I'm gonna hold off for a second. I'm gonna see if, yes, this requires 8. That requires 10. I can't upgrade you at all yet. See if we can't at least get some of the fast travel. Or at least open up more shit. I actually kind of like how that funny stuff works. Because it's kind of really cool, that aspect. I mean, there definitely are bits, like, again, the photographs are definitely... Honestly, I missed that. I wonder if it gets added later. Kind of was kind of an interesting idea with the thought is technically not.
Now, I know many of you brushheads love to listen to this show on your subway. I personally do my best to avoid setting foot in those feces-infested death tubes. But Jared informs me that a major outage recently stopped all trains going through Harlem. I'm happy to report that service to the area has since been fully restored. But it should come as no surprise to learn that the new Spider-Man was seen futzing with transit authority equipment during the outage. Now I can already hear the zealots among you whining through your phones, but Jonah, obviously Spider-Man fixed the problem. Blah, 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 blah. Let's just stop right there and unpack that. Why would a guy who can swing through the skies and ignore Manhattan gridlock entirely need to even think about what's going on with the subway? If you just follow the threads, they take you right to the inevitable destination, the corner of Spider-Man Street and Menace Avenue.
Uh-huh. What the?
Yo, someone saw a weapons deal going down in...
I ain't dealing with that shit. We're gonna fucking go do the main story.
Merry Christmas.
Opens the door. Oh my god, can you fucking open the goddamn door?
Hey, Molasses! Up here! Fire escape's shakier than it used to be. Careful on the way up.
So, this is why you wanted to meet here.
Almost bailed, you took so long. Give me a hand, it's stuck.
Time capsule's seen better days.
You remember the combination?
Yeah, it's, man, it's,
1984.
Y'all gotta start remembering this code. Not always gonna be around to tell you.
We'll remember, we'll remember.
Well, remember. Yeah, good. Now, what are you gonna put inside this bad boy?
Secret time capsule. Only Miles and I know.
Boom! That's right. Keep it secret, keep it safe.
Hey, Rick, you gonna take that job at Roxxon or what?
Why? You gonna take it if I don't?
Maybe. Waiting to see the offer.
Okay, competition, eh? Well, they're talking a good game. Want me to, lead their clean energy group. And you know me.
Clean power, save the world.
I love my nerdy fan club. Oh, speak of the devil. Roxxon. Back in a sec.
You remember the code, right?
The Fibonacci sequence.
Nice. A reward.
I mean, our energy converter was pretty fire.
Truth. You think it's still on display at the Science Center?
Hope so. Wow. Look at this. Goober Central. Rick looking suave as ever, though.
Yeah.
Something going on with him?
Yeah, I would assume he's alive.
You guys fight or something?
No. No fight.
Finn,
It's fine.
why do we really lose touch?
He's
Crap,
dead.
now I'm late. I gotta go.
Hey, I feel like we both have stuff we're not sharing. Next time we hang, no secrets. Okay?
Yeah. Maybe. If you're on time. See you soon, short stuff.
You know I'm taller than you now, right?
Not in here.
Alright.
Middle school graduation was bittersweet. Finn went to Midtown High, but I got into Brooklyn Visions. Said we stay in touch, but man, high school's like a whole new world.
Is this like a... just... I would assume it's just display shit. Unless they were just like, alright, let's fucking go throw our fucking computer shit in here.
Man, it was so good to see Finn.
Oh, good.
I should find the other time capsules we hid. But a little later. We gotta get home from Mom's rally.
Holy hell, you guys were all over the fucking city.
Good time to use this unlimited ride pass.
Oh, that's good. And we can just fast travel. There's a hell lot quicker.
Phone, check. Subway card, check. You got the house key?
Yeah, I got it.
Come on! We're gonna be late! Hey! Dude, I am so filling your suit with snow. Are you still wearing your suit?
Yeah, you know, just in case.
It's gonna be fine.
Probably provides a good chunk more.
See, this is my favorite part of living in Harlem. Pop-up street fair, best food in the city, awesome music.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. That looks really cool. You're welcome. Oh. Sorry.
Seems like you have an interest.
I should take ASL with you next semester. I've basically already mastered Espanol.
Ah, see? Desde cuando?
Honey.
Gloria! Hey!
Hi, Miles.
Okay,
This is my girlfriend, Steph. She just started volunteering at Feast.
Good to meet you. I'm sure we'll run into each other at the shelter.
Speaking of...
No shifts for you till after winter break. If we're open by then.
What do you mean?
Ah, don't worry about it. Enjoy your mom's speech. I'll call you after break.
What happened?
Sweet kid.
Our city is done. Literally starved for energy.
Creator Talk's a good gang, but I don't know.
Yeah, Roxxon got too big too fast for me to think they're totally on the level.
Uncle Aaron, I didn't expect to see you here.
I'll clear out before your mom sees me. Who's this?
It's my friend Genki. He's helping me with my, spider project.
You look out for my nephew. You hear?
I'll try, but he doesn't make it easy.
I'm standing right here.
What about it?
Enjoy your mom's speech, kid.
Dude, you told him? I figured it out. I'll fill you in when we get home.
Good luck, Miss Morales.
Thank you, Tim.
Look, Roxxon's really into the constant vigilance thing, huh?
For real.
Oh, man. Compared to everything going on, I don't see what's wrong.
Do you remember what we lost when Roxxon bulldozed this block?
Hey, you okay?
Let me remind you.
Yeah, it's just last time we did one of these, my bad.
Okay, so that's what's
rolled
going
ice
on.
cream in New York City. And Junipero's daycare.
It'll be okay, man. Your mom's got people looking out for her.
St. Teresa's Church was choir.
Plus, now you're Spider.
Even now,
Spider fam.
Roxxon is transporting Newform, its experimental fuel, across the city. But they won't tell us the risks.
This message is for Roxxon. The man you answer to, Simon Krieger, is a killer.
He killed me, Mom.
Is a monument to everything he's done. I won't let it open. The underground will stop it.
We've got a situation here.
Everyone, stay back!
Nowhere to run!
Stay calm. Shots fired. Fucking. I don't know about you, but that seems like an interesting situation to be in.
I got you.
Let's go.
You attacked the wrong rally. I stopped you at the subway. I'll do it again.
Miles, we made it home. Not just driving your mom to the hospital.
What? Is she okay?
Yeah, is she okay?
She hurt her arm when she fell. Don't worry, we're taking care of her. What about you? What's the underground doing?
This attack doesn't make sense. I thought they wanted a new form, but there isn't any here. I had to figure out the Tinkerer's next move.
Okay. I'm logging into your analytics. I'll help how I can.
Good idea. And Genki, thanks for helping my mom.
Probably shouldn't be saying his name out loud.
I'm gonna stop you and your glow stick guns.
God damn it.
What was that?
Oof.
Miles! Gracias a Dios. Where are you?
I'm at home, but I can come to the hospital.
No, stay where it's safe.
But you're hurt. What if something happens to you while I'm not there?
Mijo, this isn't like City Hall. We're all okay. You stay where it's safe. Entiende? I'll be back soon. I'll even let you sign my cast.
What? A cast?
Nos vemos en casa.
Te quiero.
What the fuck? What happened? Did you fall on your arm?
You okay?
I'm alright. I tried to reach you and your mom. Where are you now?
I'm headed to Braithwaite Bridge. There was an explosion.
Alright. But if Roxxon shows up, run. Got it? They'll look for some of the blame for all this, and it won't just be the Tinkerer.
Okay. I'll be careful.
I mean, yeah, fucking. Oh shit, we actually
That
put on the
explosion
bridge
looked bad.
this time.
I gotta hurry.
Looks like the plaza was just a warm-up.
Or a distraction. Whoa! Let's not shoot each other, all right?
Yeah, we'll punch each other. Ow! Fuck.
We're after the new form. Ignore everything else.
Ignore the Spiderman. He's just a spider bitch.
Get rid of him. Then grab as much as you can carry.
What are you doing?
Oh shit, Finn.
No.
Pretty sure this is a nuke
Stabilizing
about
it.
to go off.
Get down!
Either there was really stable fuel,
Keep him busy.
or that was fucking weak as shit. Oh crap, we're gonna have one.
Miles, I saw the explosion. Are you okay?
I'm fine. But did you see? The Tinkerer. Finn.
God.
I saw her today. If I just put everything together.
This is not your fault, man.
I was so happy to see her. I wasn't paying attention. I have to pay attention. Like that.
Yes. No, seriously, that's either a really weak. Ow! Fuck you! I was going to complain about the fucking fact that the explosion was shit. Well, there's another option, which is kind of like, scary. The explosion, all it did disabled.
I have to stop this.
It wasn't enough to actually ignite the full fucking. Oh shit! That fucking this whole place is probably gonna be really hell. Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick. What I mean is, okay, fucking little boy, when it went off over fucking Hiroshima, the amount that was actually used in the explosion was nowhere near the amount they actually had in the fucking device. I don't remember what the fucking, what was it? How much uranium reacted? Yeah. So only fucking hell 1.9 kilograms out of a 64. Damn. So if this is essentially the equivalent of nuclear fuel, then this whole place is about to get fucking highly irradiated. are they? Several fucking cannons. Either that's like the safest fucking nuclear fuel we could ever have, or it's highly fucking irradiated.
We gotta get people off the bridge before it comes down.
That's fucking really low.
Everybody get out! Everybody up! Don't worry, I got you!
Thank you.
Man!
Those people! They're trapped!
Shit! I've got an idea! Gotta get it stable. Okay. I need something they can cross. Oh, no! I can stop this! Just a little closer! Just a little! Thank you.
Oh shit!
I did this.
No, you didn't.
My powers.
You didn't fucking
explode.
No, you're. Oh my god! It takes everything into. Hello.
Everyone's safe. After the explosion, the bridge started
We've
to.
got eyes on the other Spider-Man. Please advise.
What's going on?
I have no idea.
Copy.
No! No, I'm not your enemy.
What are you doing? He saved us.
Hey, leave him alone.
I'm recording this. We're watching.
Put that phone away now. I said put that phone away now.
Hey, get your hands off him.
Leave now. This is your last warning.
I saved him.
Yeah, this definitely gets a tad bit political.
What the hell? Where'd he go?
Oh my god. Did he go over? Did they push him? What happened to him?
I mean, I will admit, they have genuine concerns. Again, he did initiate the thing, but it wasn't his genuine fault for it.
What happened to Roxxon being here for us? They were gonna shoot me.
Again.
They didn't even listen.
They didn't, to be honest.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Here today is Simon Krieger.
God damn it, the fucking trees!
Braithwaite Bridge.
Look, I want to root for the new Spider-Man, but his, what did you call it? Bioelectricity?
You want breakfast?
Well, that cost us Roxxon property, and it destroyed a bridge.
This is
Roxxon
messed
had
up.
nearly dealt
That's
with
not
the
what happened.
underground when-
No, they didn't. Again, PR fucking
Finn's the tinkerer.
bitch.
She stole the new form. No idea why. And it's my fault the bridge blew up.
No, it's not.
I'm headed to the campaign headquarters. You boys need anything while I'm out?
Pizza.
I could pick up dulce de coco.
I thought you'd quit after last night.
Why would I quit? I said I'd fight for my home.
Yeah.
I meant it.
You'll get a couple of scrapes and bruises.
You could have
died?
You could have died.
That's a lot of shit worth fighting for, pal.
Our family doesn't give up.
Me. That too.
You know that.
Mom. Dulce de coco would be great. If you don't mind.
Isn't that milk and chocolate? Ah, fuck. What is it? No,
When I got powers-
leche. So is it caramel and chocolate?
And I thought I'll be able to fix anything. Do anything that Spider-Man does.
Oh, that's a completely different
Whenever
thing.
you
I
say
don't know. What the
Spider-Man,
fuck?
you always mean the other one.
Shredded coconut, sugar, vanilla, cinnamon, and milk. I haven't had
You're
some.
Spider-Man. You can fix this.
Me.
Your way.
Like your mother said, don't give up. Father sure as hell didn't give up.
Came along, now my people here with me, I'm in my zone. Been around the block a time or two, I tell you where to go, I tell you how to move. I got longitude and latitudes, keep it moving, that's my attitude. Looking back, I know they probably doubt me, now the city on my back, I wear it proudly. I took the message and sent it, felt like I was born for this minute. This is my time.
That was a really good way to put it in.
Cause I gotta go for the time's gone. Ain't scared of the dark cause I'm bringing the light with a nice lawn. I shine on. See it coming, I don't need a sign. Just a moment, I'ma make it mine. This is my time. My time, my time. My time,
What's up, New York? Hey man, things are big time now, huh? Feels like people need friendly neighborhood now more than ever.
You gotta think of a shorter name. All the good apps are one word.
Like X. No. That's a shit one. Ow! Bastard! You hurt me.
Right.
Oh shit. Level 8. Oh shit, we like leveled up like fucking 3 times and I didn't even was even aware of it. There we go. Oh yeah, shit's ready. We should probably definitely do this stuff. Let's see. Oh shit, this one's also critical. Yeah. Oh, okay. Alright, I'm gonna go grab that one and we'll probably end it up. Yeah, definitely get interesting. We're technically at war with Roxanne as well as the Tinkerer. Finn is the Tinkerer, and that's extremely fun since, well, there's an love interest between the two, and also not. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they are friends.
Miles, finally got through. Oh, hey Pete, what's going on?
I saw the news. It was in Simkarian, so either a bridge exploded or a bagel was fumigated, which doesn't make any sense in context. Either way, I'm looking at flights. I can be back tomorrow night.
No, don't do that. It's okay. I figured
have
out
a
who's
vacation.
responsible,
Stay
and I'm
the
gonna
vacation.
stop you. I promise.
Okay, I trust you. But if you need help, I'll be on the first plane home. Otherwise, I'll see you when I get back in a few weeks, okay?
Yeah, okay. Thanks. And good luck learning some Karian.
Why are there 7 different words for bathroom?
Maybe if you need to take a shit 7 times over. Alright.
8 nights of rest. My favorite time.
Okay, boss. What's the plan?
Finn's family has a repair shop in Midtown. She used to do all her work there. If I'm lucky, she still does.
Wouldn't it be easier to just call her and talk?
She doesn't.
I don't think so, man. Seeing her on the bridge, I don't know that person. I need to figure out why she's doing all this.
All right, man. Do what you feel is right. Keep me posted.
Yeah. Wouldn't be a bad idea, that way we know. Have a at least unbiased
There we go.
understanding of why she's doing that. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see if we can gauge this shit.
Man, we flew down the street after we tricked out these skates with compressed air boosters. Neighbors started calling us the little geniuses after that. All that attention felt kind of weird and kind of cool. Concert tickets. Finn convinced me to go with her. I went ready to hate it and wound up buying 3 CDs and a t-shirt. Dazzler and Lila Cheney for life.
Okay.
One summer, we got way into space travel and started freeze-drying our favorite foods. Bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. Total fail. Red bean ice cream was not bad, though.
Too much.
Having trouble rapidly.
I wonder if she had an interest in him, but he didn't reciprocate. That'd be interesting. I'm not going to think I'm not too much further and possible ideas. There's a lot of stuff.
The ground don't need this.
There's a reason I don't really like the idea of fucking.
App's
Well,
got
it's
a
fun
ping.
because fucking like
Someone's trying to
every
break into a
fucking
store.
thing has had something to do with love, and I don't like. Oh, it's the whole fun part. Even fucking God of War, there was the whole shtick of where fucking Surtur and fucking his wife, they've made it so that when Ragnarok came, it would only require one of them to. The whole idea about them because of love. There's a bunch of shit. This stuff is pretty damn personal, so
This will be safer with.
especially since it's being
Hey, what are y'all hanging around Fist Tower for?
Oh shit, this is Fist place? Man, I didn't recognize it. Oh wait, I should have. It's all fucking broken down like it was before. Though this is kind of for a different reason.
Analyzing hostile combat tactics. Going down, Spider-Man!
What the? I like it. There's just a fucking.
Gotta be the last one.
There's just fucking gunfire down here, and it's just like, you know. Yeah, it's just personal shit that I shouldn't fucking. At least not over fucking something that is gonna be public. I will state there's a very interesting aspect to some of this stuff. It is not a bad idea to talk out and like. I know, because that's the fun part. People will generally consider talking to yourself as being a sign of being crazy. But there's the whole fun aspect that if you talk to yourself, it actually helps you understand shit a lot better. Because you can hear it out loud for a good second.
Already getting some ideas.
I've probably talked about this a good chunk.
Folks, here we are again. A major disaster in our city. Explosions. A bridge collapse. Weapons discharged amid rush hour traffic. Thank heaven no lives were lost. But we can't be that lucky every time. What if this attack had happened a few days later, during the so-called storm of the century the 5 o'clock news won't stop jabbering about?
Oh.
From disaster to bedlam in a snap. And there's plenty of blame to go around, including to these underground thugs. That being said, it'd be a dereliction of my duty if I didn't point out that the Underground's attack was little more than an armored car heist until Spider-Man's bratty little sidekick showed up and tried to handle things, all on his own. What happened next? He made things worse. This new kid wants to be Spider-Man? Well, he sure is living up to the name. Speaking of which, anyone notice that the original Spider-Man hasn't been seen lately?
Gone.
I think I know why. He's like the parent pretending that the kid melting down in the cereal aisle isn't there. But we know the apple doesn't fall far from the web. We know it. You're the apple, Spider-Man.
Ah, God, no wonder he doesn't play auto loop. He's just one of the other insanity. Anyway, the thought is that it's not a bad idea to try to get stuff out in a way that you can be able to just listen to it. I think I've talked about the idea of like, or something.
Man, we love the look of this museum. Had fun hiding this one like it was part of the architecture. Jackpot. Oh, football league. I mentioned to Finn one time I was into soccer, and she went all impossible mission to steal this from an exhibition match for me. She'd do anything for her friends.
I mean, yeah, it definitely seems like it's something that good. Anyway. It's a good idea to go ahead and make it so you can both listen back on it as well as just hear yourself out. The only thought is that if you ever do record shit, don't fucking do it for an audience.
Great. Raft escapees jammed up a street and grabbed hostages.
You're like, oh, I've seen it done all the time and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, and that's where
Finn
people
loved
go
coming
to
here.
seek attention.
Said it was a good place to think.
But the problem is when you seek attention, it makes it so that it becomes less genuine. At least your issues. That you are bound to cause issues.
Got to tour Oscorp in 8th grade. Finn was way skeptical. Said that they were gonna destroy New York one day. Devil's breath almost proved her right.
Yeah. Not to mention the Edo and the fucking Project Olympus. But it's definitely not a bad idea. It's just don't fucking do it for public. If you're gonna do shit where you record or talk to yourself to at least help with stuff. You need to do it where it's genuine and it's not in an attempt to get people to either have an interest in you or have it so that fucking you get some sort of attention. I will say a fun thing that is interesting with the idea is that fucking, and this is kind of interesting because it has been with me since fucking I was in like middle school, and it's kind of one of the main inspirations for the channel. So there's the whole, and that's the fun with the Realmer stuff, writing that, supporting that. There's the whole idea of going ahead and just having a good adventure in your mind, but also being able to kind of like slightly act it out and stuff like that.
I had to sneak around those workers to grab that capsule.
Bury the pipes this week, dig them up next week. Friggin'
Okay.
Parts from the first PC we built. I used it for gaming. Finn used it to help an ESU Alzheimer's research team. Both good uses, I'd say.
How the... Okay, I guess you didn't have to sneak around for that one. That was really funny. But... it was just the whole thought of fucking... going and making... or... I was like, just this thought of... I don't know, you see so many things where it's like... fucking... there's all these different characters crossing over. Stuff like that. And of course, everyone has their own take on whether or not blah blah blah. But I kind of like they do
Hey
it
y'all,
somewhat.
we're gonna be a little bit more serious today. If you were hurt in the Underground's attack on Roxanne Plaza, physically or emotionally, please get help. There's a list of resources on my blog. Switching topics, I'm pulling together an expose on the Underground, and I need your help. If you have any information you can share, it could help us shine a light on a group that needs to be taken down. Till next time, stay safe. And remember, your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Goodbye.
We always wonder what stuff like Thor's hammer was made of, and invented our own imaginary elements to explain it. Finn's names always sounded the best.
Anyway. But yeah, it's just like it can be very helpful in terms of like when you know, just the idea of fucking being like and it's fun because people will critique your shit and stuff like that and be like, oh fucking blah blah blah, I wouldn't do this and that, blah blah blah. But I like the idea of mine where it's just it is an entirely own thing. And that, by technicality, I don't think I've actually explained the whole thought around it. I know exactly how it essentially goes, and it's the fun part about, again, having those fucking adventures and stuff like that, and just not in mind, just acting out somewhat. Yeah, there's a whole fucking shtick. There's the Realmer, there's the anti-Realmer, there's bits about fucking... Oh god, yeah, the whole shtick.
Shop's all boarded up.
Oh shit, I did not mean this.
Like this.
I did not mean this. I was doing something else.
Find a low-profile way in.
Nope, I'm not going to that. Yes, I was doing something else, bitch. Fuck off. It's just like, yeah, there's this whole fucking... There's a whole, like, fucking bit about there being a reboot, and then fucking the idea of one of the characters surviving the reboot. Which is a whole fucking other thing. God, it's just an interesting one. Okay,
Time capsule should be out on those pylons. Then...
So, okay. So, here's a small, very fucking small thing in my whole, again, the Realmer stuff. Okay. So, when I initially was doing it, doing the whole story and stuff like that, there were quite a few things that were interesting. And like the reason I mainly did the idea of a reboot was the idea of fucking making it so that I could make a game or something out of it and not have to worry about copyright. Because there's the whole aspect of when you like create designs and they're like influenced and stuff like that, it can be kind of interesting. There was like stuff like where the idea of like, you know, lightsabers and stuff like that are used as weapons. But because again they're lightsabers, you can't fucking really use that. So, you know the idea of the 1,000-degree fucking blade stuff, where like a couple years ago, fucking, it was like all a craze for like a hot minute, pun intended, where basically people would go and they heat up a blade really hot and they just cut through stuff. So there'd be like wax, there'd be watermelons, there'd be all this other stuff that was just like, you fucking put a blade through it and it just fucking goes down, and because of the heat it fucking chops through pretty easily. So the thought would be technically that for a non-copyrighted idea, it would be heating up stuff to the point. It would kind of be like Fallout Saturnite stuff, where it could cut through stuff because it's so hot that pretty much it'd be like cutting fucking through everything just because of it, but it wouldn't be a lightsaber. Then there's also the aspect that it brought up ideas of, well, fucking, because it's not a lightsaber, you can have it so that your weapons are bladed. So like, oh god, yeah, the fucking pistol dagger shit. Oh god, that's a fun one. So there's another thought about how, so like, fucking, there's this weapon where basically it's kind of like, it looks like cross between a revolver and a pistol, right? I haven't really figured out what the end result will be, but essentially the handle is actually a like fucking just a blade. So you're supposed to like not hold it from the handle and stuff like that, or it technically would be the stock, but you know what I mean. So you could pull the trigger, you cock the hammer and stuff like that, but there's also this like thought of like, in a combat situation, because it would kind of be shaped like a boomerang, you could toss it around, it would fling through the air, and then fucking, it could fire shots in the air. So it could like, you fucking throw it, it fucking swings around somebody, you're hitting them in the front, and then they're getting shot from the back because you're pistol dagger. And then there's the whole thought of fucking, god, a bunch of other stuff. I know one of the things was like, and how it plays into it. So, one of the games I played that I was really influential was the idea of fucking Black Ops 2. It is a really good... I even bought it fucking for now. It's a really good game. One of the things that, like, mainly came out was the motherfucking riot shield. So, there's, like, no other, like... I think all the future Call of Duty games, they removed the riot shield entirely. Or had it so that you could pick it up in maps, but you couldn't fucking really, like, keep it as a fucking weapon slot and stuff like that. So, you could still go ahead and be, like, overkill and fucking equip a shotgun and an assault rifle and stuff like that. But you could never actually find the fucking riot shield anymore. But one of the cool things about the riot shield was the idea that you just fucking pull it, or it would be on your back and it could kind of defend yourself. So then there's the whole shtick of melee stuff. So like, essentially the character I have, the Realmer, has like 3 signature weapons: the pistol dagger, the fucking riot shield, and then the motherfucking shotgun. So the riot shield's an interesting one because it's just a riot shield. But it's not like fucking, or does it like, fucking, everything is supposed to shoot at it and stuff like that. Well, it would be made of the fucking material that the armor is made out of, which makes it pretty much nigh impossible to shoot through. Of course, you could technically do it, and then there's the whole thought of that the anti-Realmer stuff is basically like the idea of matter and antimatter meeting where it would completely negate it, and then basically a shot from the anti-realmer could kill the realmer and stuff like that. Which again, there's a whole fucking the anti-realmer, the realmer. So the whole shtick with that one is that the anti-realmer is a copy of the fucking realmer, but he's been made of his self-loathing and self-hate. But it's that copy that initially was the crossover and blah blah blah. But the whole shtick with the riot shield was just that fucking in that fucking Black Ops 2, you could like set it down and it fucking like it would set up like a legitimate like fucking barricade and stuff like that, and you could hide behind it or you could fucking shoot from it. And so like I loved that idea of just like basically this indestructible like shield. So you could get like shit where it's like fucking there's this massive laser that's firing at you. Fucking everything says no, you cannot survive this, and then you pull out the fucking riot shield and just fucking it tanks it, no problem. Fucking everything around you is fucking burnt to a crisp. There's a fucking like distinct area where there's a fucking laser that fired right by you and stuff like that. But you're just like, I'm ready for more, pal. Then there's the shotgun. The shotgun is actually like kind of like a stylized of like Borderlands. I think it's like kind of more like a doll style shotgun as they thought around it. And of course some people are like, what the fuck? Like if you've been following, like what the fuck? What do you mean? You don't have these fucking designs anywhere, do you? I do, but I'm not fucking gonna show them off because I'll need to make better ones. There's a whole, the game idea, there's a whole shtick about having to upgrade wet armor and stuff like that. And there's gonna be a whole shtick with the story where he's getting, he has to progress through his stuff, so he doesn't get everything like a fucking Mary Sue. Because that's the one fucking thing that I really hate, that I don't want the fucking idea of the Realmer to become, is just a glorified Mary Sue. I hate the idea of a fucking Mary Sue. Because it's just like, fucking, it's so stupid. I hate it. It's like, because the whole shtick of a Mary Stu, or a Mary Sue, Mary Stu, I don't remember, it's like Mark Stu, or technically is what, I don't know, the Stu and the Sue, their whole shtick is that they have unlimited power, but they have nothing that is required to give up or earn that power. So they don't suffer any problems. They don't have to train to get their shit. They don't have to fucking worry about anything. And then the shit that they do end up getting, well, that's just what they get. Oh, they did it because they got it because they're fucking so good at their shit. Oh, they got it because of blah blah blah. I hate that idea. It's so uncreative, and it's just, it does not make it so that people want to root for your character. It just makes them come off. Like, most of the time, it's worse because it's like, there's shit like, where like, there's entire stories like fucking, The Legend of Korra and stuff like that, where fucking, and it's worse when fucking, like, the people who are making the stuff don't get that what they've made. Because, like, there's some stuff, like, I was just listening to, fucking Overanalyzing Avatar, which, by the way, is a really good channel. But, like, because I watched all the way through their, the Analyzing Avatar, fucking for a second time. It was interesting, because that, like, kept me entertained, or that was, like, literally all that I had playing for, like, fucking 2 to 3 whole days. Just that single fucking videos, or that single, fucking thing. And they're not, like, I think they're, like, the whole thing, well, it's 61 with a variation of about, 5 to 20 minutes per video. So let's say we give it an average of 15. 60, so, let's see. It would be, for 10 hours, would be 40 of those videos. So 40 plus, again, the 21. So 15 times 20. Sorry, yes. That is... Okay, 5 hours. So 15 hours and 15 minutes would be roughly the amount of time that you would have for that whole series. And that's, of course, not a day. But the thought would be, well, wouldn't it fucking amount to a day if, like, blah, 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 you know, you got interrupted and stuff like that? Yes. And that's what ended up pretty much happening. But here's the fun bit. There's the bit at the end where he goes and he thanks people who have, like, subscribed to his Patreon and stuff like that. I usually skip that stuff. At least after quite a few. Because it's really
Fearless
fucking
hopping
long.
up those back in the day.
But anyway, so the thought is that... God, I hate Mary Sue's and stuff like that. And again, he's running through the Legend of Korra right now. Which, oh my god, they fucked up so much shit. And then they have the whole issue of the Mary Sue. But a thing that got brought up was that in the in the third episode, they're introduced to the idea of the Ramanan or whatever the fuck his name is, and he's fucking anti-bender stuff, and how fucking there's so much like genuine like plot stuff, and there's the whole aspect of like you could have a legitimate like talk about it where like. There's a shtick where there's this guy who's just like protesting, and he's got like this megaphone, so he's like fucking shouting through it, and then like a fucking Korra's like, oh, you guys aren't being oppressed, but then she's like trying to get him to go away by physical force. She breaks his fucking megaphone by slapping it to the ground. There's quite a few moments where it's legitimate, like, you're saying they're not getting oppressed, but you are actually oppressing them. And they, like, the guy ends up calling for fucking... He's like, hey, I'm being oppressed by the fucking Avatar. And, like, the fun part is, in truth, he's actually being right. But because the problem is that the fucking writers did not fucking think about what they were writing. Instead, just thinking... oh, it's a strong, independent woman that's being harassed by this old man. That she should be in the right, even though clearly she's not. She's fucking around and screwing with shit. And then being like, oh, what'd I do wrong? And stuff like that. And I just hate the idea of it. Like, no consequences. No fucking burdens. No fucking... like... legitimate like fucking sacrifices or anything like that. And that's kind of the fun part. It does end up being a bit odd with the fucking whole idea that again it's basically indestructible armor, so it's like what the fuck do you do with it? But then there's the whole bit where it's just like fuck it, the Realmer's just fucking way too overpowered and he's just fucking taking a step back. Because everyone's been giving him shit over the aspect of why the fuck do you even have the Realmers if you could just take everything on. And I've had a couple like fucking battles where it's like, no, he needs the genuine help. He could take on a fucking entire enemy fucking like nation or fucking world on his own. But if he's doing that, he can't also protect everyone in terms of that. So, like, oh my god, the fucking... Okay, again, I have that meme of fucking the Ald Noah fucking music, but... So the Ald Noah shit, it's really fun because, like, fucking... They have these things called the Martian landing castles. They're essentially supposed to be used like a fucking, like, imagine the fucking Roman, like, fucking boats. So, like, the whole shtick was that they were shit at fucking, sea combat. So they were just like, fuck it, we'll make it land combat by fucking ramming our boats into the enemy boat. And then fucking putting shit, like, pulling down drawbridges. And then fucking having it so the bridge has a fucking, like, spike in the bottom of it so it'd puncture through and fucking make it so that the ship couldn't just fucking detach the thing so easily, and it's stuff like that. But like the idea of the Martian landing castles is that they drop down, they create basically this meteor fucking impact that fucking wipes out everyone and then makes it so that they have the fucking beachhead. And it's not too bad of a thought. So, but the idea is that it's fucking, if it comes down, it is going to destroy shit. There's this whole bit where they're over in the fucking like the fucking Russian part, and they end up going to where the UE is, the United Nations of Earth, and they're in this fucking Cold War fucking Russian bunker, and the whole shtick was that it could take a nuke directly to the top of it. It would take, the only way that they could attempt to hit the fucking place would be to drop a landing castle directly on top of it, and they end up having to do that. And it's like, so the thought is like there's like these fights where fucking the Martian landing castles get brought in, they're fucking coming down, but like there's shticks where fucking the Realmer can create a mech that can be able to basically obliterate them, but it's only one at a time. So like fucking there's this whole shtick where it's like, because there's the whole thought of fucking what weapons fucking this massive mech would. God, there's like fucking like 3 tiers of the mech. There's the fucking one that would be like the size of BT and stuff, like from fucking. Oh shit! I should probably play that on the channel. Titanfall 2. Anyway, again from Titanfall 2. Like the idea of it, but like, and it also mixes in with an fucking I think it's with no, it is technically with the tanks from the memory one. That is the only fucking hint you're gonna get for that fucking where the fuck that shit comes from. Anyway, but there's the whole thought of fucking the idea of like you drop down, and again there's this whole shtick where I've been really interested in the idea of like how water propulsion like could actually be interesting. Like if you push water, it will like give you enough force that you could like in theory make it so you take off and then you fucking boost with a jet booster after that, or like a rocket booster. So like you fucking launch with water and then switch over the ignition to the other one, and then it's just, and because it's the whole Realmer stuff, it makes it so that you don't have to worry about like fucking material. But then there's this whole aspect of that's thought out where it's not that he hasn't access to infinite material, it's that he has the generator on his belt is actually a matter converter. And so, well, matter, did it technically, because there's a whole shtick that each realm would have its own, like, because there was the whole aspect of fucking, well, if you have it so that you have infinite Minecraft worlds where you can just mine and collect resources from, both organic and inorganic, then that would basically solve any fucking world's fucking material problem. And then there's this whole fucking shtick with fucking the fucking Factorio where it fucking there's a guy from my playthroughs who just runs a massive factory that is just meant to process and just make materials. There's the whole shtick with the CBs where it's like you could if something like you see this massive like the fucking bridge gets hit, so you unleash the CBs. The CBs would go ahead and act as a matter converter to just basically rebuild the bridge, but it wouldn't be like, oh, it's a bunch of like fucking nanos that like transfer other shit. It would be that the nanos themselves would transmit or would transform into the missing material. So the thought would be, you have like a canister of like a vial of fucking CBs. You get like a massive hole that rips through the side of your ship. You break open the glass and it fucking the vial spews out a bunch of the nanites, and they fucking go over the hole, and then they just replace the hole. Is essentially that thought. But anyway, because that's the fun part. I don't think I've ever gotten it down in recording. What the fuck is the, like, whole, like, again, the matter, or the matter converter, the fucking, CBs, the fucking riot shield, and all that. Like, I think I've been able to just talk this out, because, well, if anyone fucking comes upon this, they're like, what the fuck? Wait, why isn't, like, this video is, like, fucking over, like, I don't know, it might end up going to, I don't know how long it's gonna go, but it's, like, fucking, like, you know, that he's kind of wrapping up, you know, but it's, like, there's fucking, there's, like, over half a video left in this, and it's, like, what the fuck? Why is he, wait, what do you mean, Mary Sue? Oh my god, what the fuck is he, it was just, because I like that idea. I guess. I mean, if the channel ever got to the point where it would just be fucking Matt Pat and his crew are fucking looking through the shit and being like, oh, we need to research this guy. He's got fucking an incredible story to tell, and there's multiple shit. There's the fucking anti-realmer being sprinkled across the fucking space for one stuff. There's the whole shtick where he's fucking just basically writing out an entirely separate story fucking in this other one. It's just like, God. But it's just like, okay. So again, the CBs and stuff like that, the Factorio, he just manufactures a bunch of material, but to make it so that, like, because the idea is you take a block from Minecraft, dirt. How do you use that, like, is when you place it down in another realm, does it technically just devolve into regular dirt, or does it stay as a regular dirt block, and then you have to figure that out? So the thought is that realm conversion of matter. And then there's the thought of, well, if you had organic material, so if somebody took a steak from Minecraft and gave it to fucking the princess from Old Noah, could she eat that? Or would it be just like, what the fuck is this? It would be something like that. How would you explain that? And so the thought would be, technically there's natural conversion in terms of that, where somebody could eat stuff from another realm. It would get consumed through their body, but then in the process would be turned into the realm that they're from. So, like, you take Minecraft matter, throw it through a person that's from the Old Noah stuff, it would come out of them as Old Noah matter. But then the idea is that all that other stuff, so like it makes kind of sense like that. There's the whole shtick with fucking Dr. fucking Robotnik from the fucking Sonic movies, where he's been trapped. Like, there's the whole shtick where there's the anti-realmer stuff where it's kind of like, basically there's constant fights because there's like battles happening, and there's like the whole shtick of like, how do you make it so battles don't happen if, like, you have it so... Okay. So the thought is that all of the enemies of, like, the guys I'm recruiting for the rumors, so, like, Rico Rodriguez, fucking all four of them fucking showing up. They have all four of their villains, right? So you got the fucking guy from the first game, El Presidente. He shows up. He brings in his army. You kill him again. Well, fucking, is that just the end of him? No, you make it so that fucking he keeps respawning through the anti-realmer stuff, or the, I don't know, I think it's still technically would be the anti-realmer stuff, where it's like, because that is self-loathing and stuff like that, it takes the path of the villains and makes it so that when they die, they come back, you know, they get respawned and stuff like that. But they don't get it like, you know, they get shot through the head and they're like, I don't know what happened, but I know that you should be dead. It's that, I remember that fucking shit. So there's kind of like aspects where, like, the more brutal you are with taking care of them, the less likely they're even willing to go against you again. Then there's the whole thought of fucking, like, you could make it so that, like, again, there's this whole shtick where the fucking Kaisar from fucking Fallout New Vegas was now in charge of the anti-realmers. With the whole shtick. Because there's a whole fucking thing with that. where fucking Kaisar fucking goes ahead and basically usurps the Anti-Realmer. It makes it so the Anti-Realmer is just off in his, like, in a fucking shack in No Man's Sky. He's been fucking exiled. And so what ends up happening is that the Realmer finds out, he's like, okay, we've been hit by salad dressing so many times, and that's the whole idea around the idea of why the fuck I'm so, like, he's salad dressing. I don't care. I have no fucking respect for him, because I have created so many tales that have just included him being an absolute dick and just causing fight after fight after fight. But again, the idea is he expels, or he, like, fucking, you know, he fucking exiles the Anti-Realmer. The Realmer ends up finding out, so he reaches out to the Anti-Realmer. He's like, okay, we haven't been on the best of terms and stuff like that, and to be honest, it wouldn't be a bad idea to kind of take you out of the race permanently by non-permanent means, you know? Because we can't just shoot you, you keep coming back. So if we just go ahead and make it so that you don't feel like fighting us, that'd be the idea. And so there's a whole shtick of him, like, being like, okay, so the reason why is because you're my fucking hate and self-loathing, and the reason why that fucking did have control over me was because I didn't have any semblance. That's the whole fucking, there's fun bits about fucking mental health and fucking that shit where it's like, the whole reason you hate me is because you do not feel like you have any fucking thing to look back at and say, that is mine, that is my shit, he can't fuck with it. Which kind of actually goes into the idea of Nick Valentine for Fallout 4, where there's the original Nick, and then there's the Nick Valentine after the war, and that's why he wants to go after the fucking McShamus guy. Where the whole shtick is that he's wanting to be like, this is mine, this isn't a fucking remaining bit from the original Nick. This is mine. And essentially that's the whole thought around that. They're like, okay, we know that you're doing this because you do not have anything that you fucking appreciate. You think that there's nothing to do, and so you intend to end me and thus end your, what you assume to be futile existence and stuff like that. And again, there's the whole aspect of mental health, idea of fucking suicide and fucking self-harming and stuff like that. I have never self-harmed. But I can't see that fucking there's a lot of times where fucking believing that, well, that's the problem, I don't end up believing it. There are thoughts around it, and I probably should mention it to my therapist when I finally get one. I still have this fucking... Anyway, there's a bunch of fun stuff with that. But, the whole thought around fucking... technically, I have had suicidal thoughts, but I sure as shit don't believe them that all be correct. Which, you could look at it two ways. The way I look at it is that I have such a fucking strong will that even when faced and being told that I fucked up everything, I will not allow that to happen. Not to be seen as at all the good idea. And surprisingly, it just turned to fucking November. Spooky month is over, but the spooky health stuff ain't. But anyway, but that's the whole thought, is that to make it so that instead of him trying to basically annihilate himself for good by killing me, that I give him something that he can look back at and be like, that is mine. This is mine. He has nothing to do with its growth outside of showing me where to start looking to build. And that's essentially the whole thought. And then there's this whole shtick where it's like the Anti-Realmer and the Realmer are kind of like, because it's again himself or myself basically duplicated, it's fucking like they're kind of buddy, but they also again can't really like shake hands, otherwise the whole thing blows up. So there's that whole thing, but The whole shtick with that, the Anti-Realmer isn't as powerful as the Realmer, but he could still kick your fucking ass. And then there's the whole shtick of Anti-Shantytown, which is such a fucking, like, I love that I thought of it. And it's like, so like, you have like the Realmers, where it's like, again, Rico Rodriguez, you get fucking, Peter Parker, you get fucking any of the other characters I played as, fucking Kratos, and fucking, again, the Borderlands, you get fucking all 6 of the fucking guys from 2, you get the fucking, all 4 of the guys from fucking, 3, you get the different variants of them, like, this is the Xbox one, this is the PlayStation one, this is the, computer one. They're all coming together, they're having fun, but they're also the Realmers, because both they've had my, you know, control over them, but also that fucking, they are the definitive good guys of their stuff. But then it comes down to, okay, if you're making peace with villains and stuff like that, you got, there's the whole shtick with Herobrine, where he's no longer willing to help out the Anti-Realmer try to take me on, simply because we made it so that his seed just fucking isn't accessed anymore. There's the whole shtick that there's, like, agreements with, like, real-life companies and stuff like that, where it's like, okay, just make it so that if anyone entered the fucking Herobrine seed, it's just, like, always one-off. So nobody will outright know it's not his seed and stuff like that, and nobody goes and visits him, because there's that whole thought of that the only reason he's lashing out is because he's been disturbed. And there's stuff like that, where it's like, it is my own creative take on it, that Herobrine only does this shit because he's been fucked with. His whole world was never interacted with, but then the one time it got fucking posted to the YouTube, everyone fucking tried to go there, and everyone kept fucking with him, and so he was just like, I've had enough of this, I'm going to fucking take it out on people. And then there's like shticks where like fucking you get like unredeemable characters, like fucking Bill Cipher, and I know there's gonna be like fucking, what? Bill Cipher is fucking, no, he's not. He's fucking a chaotic being. But then there's also the thought of he's a chaotic being. Like, how the fuck? Like, again, Chara and stuff like that. How do you make it so that they can fucking settle down on Anti-Shantytown without fucking creating a bunch of shit? Well, you make it so you beat them at their game. You make it so that fucking they know that there is no point to fighting you, because every time they have, you have gruesomely fucking wrecked their shit to the point where they just feel like, fucking, I show up, I'm just gonna get immediately taken out of the game. Like, there's whole bits where fucking, again, because of the whole 3 tiers of mech, like, the 3rd tier is this massive, like, kind of the size of, like, a Zord from, like, Power Rangers and stuff like that. And it's, like, basically there's a couple things, like, it's got the ability of flight and stuff, kind of between a, no, because that's the, it's like a, God, I forget, I think it's that there's BT, and then it goes up to Gypsy Danger level, so like fucking, what is it called? Pacific Rim size, and then you get even so I guess not technically Zord. It would be basically way bigger than a Zord, or a fucking Gypsy Danger. It would be on the level where it could stand in, like, the fucking Atlantic, but it wouldn't be, because that's the whole thought. I mean, you could get it so that fucking, if it were, like, over the crest of the Mariana Trench, that it could literally still fucking poke its arm above. Its head would be submerged, but it's really fucking big. But it's not, because the Gypsy stuff is actually very, in comparison to that, like, the whole shtick is it could fucking be dropped off the coast of fucking, like, Seattle or something like that, and it would basically walk, and then it could end up getting fully submerged within a couple of miles. But anyway, so there's the whole thought of, like, what his armaments are, like, so, like, one of the things is that, like, there's this whole like theme of primary, secondary, and the third. What is it called? What is that fucking called? It's primary, secondary, and then fucking primary, secondary. Is it tertiary? I think it's tertiary. Anyway, yeah, so there's tertiary. So, like, the whole shtick is that there's the primary... So, like, his, fucking right arm is his primary, which is... Because I'm right-handed. But, like, the ability is that, he's able to, like... His whole arm can kind of fucking, like... basically create this massive, like, iron rod that would, like... In the initial, like, the first tier would be this whole separate thing where it's like a fucking arm cannon that fires out fence post with the opportunity to have the fucking, like, actual fencing still attached to it. And the whole shtick with that one is that because the first tier is technically created for, terraforming? So the thought is that it has, like, the water boosters so that when it falls, it can activate the boosters, and then it just completely, like, makes it so that when it makes a planet fall, it ends up just displacing and causing it to just kind of, like, end up putting enough force just through water, which would be useful for both irrigating the ground on initial contact and then stuff like that. And then there's the whole bit where, again, it, like, set up fences and stuff like that. And then its secondary is that it has, like, seed cluster bombs. So, like, it could fire out and, stuff like that. But it's been repurposed to fire out actual, like, lethal shots. So it'd be firing out still shotgun, like, but it would be, like explosive pellets and stuff like that. And then there's the tertiary. God, that is not an easy sentence. Where I've usually, like, just considered it primary, secondary, and melee. But the whole shtick is that my melee would be a shield. Which, again, it's like... it does not sound like it should be the thing, but... Again, with what essentially the whole world, or the whole universe essentially have created with that stuff, it is, like, a really, like, not bad idea and stuff like that. I don't know. I think the shtick is that it has, I don't know if that one really has a tertiary. I think that's, it only has a primary and a secondary, and then in the third one, yeah, okay, that's what it is. Because then you get to the second tier, they get in the Gypsy Danger Size, where it has, so that instead of just being an arm cannon, it actually goes into the arm of the robot, so it has an arm. But that it also has kind of like these little, like, turret mounts, where it could fire off, like, actual shots and stuff like that. So it's got, like, fucking battleship, like, turrets on the side of it, so it's like fucking, it could fire off here and there, but then you could fucking grab onto shit with your hand. And then there's the whole aspect that fucking, again, there's still the fucking iron rod that could get fired out. And then there's the whole aspect, because that was the fun part with the... Like, there's a weird thing where it's like, if you go ahead and you turn something so fast, it ends up creating enough friction that it would essentially... in that end up being the same degree as the 1,000 degree blade. But it also could be used not just that it would heat up the stuff, but it would kind of make it into this, like, fucking this leads into the whole gruesome deaths and stuff like that, where it's fucking like the fucking iron rod, you could shove it, like, you get fucking Bill Cipher. You have a battle between the mech and the fucking Bill Cipher in his fucking physical form. He's a massive pyramid. He's able to really regrow and stuff like that. You go ahead and you grab his fucking eyeball, and then you make it so that you puncture through his eye with the fucking rod, and then because it's spinning, it's creating a lot of heat, so it's cooking his eye, but then it is going into his eye, and then the material around, or the material making up, stop. The material making up the rod ends up actually, like, spalling out. So, like, there's this massive, like, hot metal just kind of, like, Did I say continue? Hot metal fucking just, like, spewing out inside of fucking Bill Cipher. And so it ends up just consuming him alive, and he just dies from it. And so the thought is that he ends up being like, fuck, I don't want to fuck with that. Fucking, I've had 3 deaths to that thing, and there's a lot more ways he can kill me. And then there's just stuff like that, and then, but like, there's that aspect. Then with the secondary one, it's that it's basically claw-based, but it also has the more essence of the 1,000 degree stuff, where it could claw right through stuff, it could, like, like, the primary is for fucking doing damage, and the secondary is for hack and slash stuff, so you could fucking keep moving. And there's a whole aspect of, like, the primary is the tank, secondary is to fucking move and be quick and agile, and then tertiary, because that's where it gets into, because again, it's just a shield on the initial. So what ends up being is that plates of the mech could, like, come off and, like, create these elaborate structures, or hell, you could just crush an opponent in, like, this ball of fucking just your own armor. And it's just stuff like that. So there's, like, cool bits where it's like, there's this incoming attack. There's, like, thousands of rounds coming at this, like, group of allies. And so this, like, these fucking walls of just armor fucking come in fucking in front of the fucking shit, defending ally after ally after ally from these fucking barrages. And then fucking you get the fucking it's just, and then I just love that. But then there's, like, the third stage where it kind of, it takes, like, it generally has the same stuff, except it's kind of amped up, so there's more turrets. The thing, I don't know if, I think the thing just kind of stays the same for the secondary, and of course for the tertiary. But the primary actually gets this thing where, so because of, again, the landing castle stuff. So what ends up happening is that you could essentially, with that arm, open up, and then, like, it would, like, fucking, and then, like, this would end up going with the whole polearm stuff, where you could fucking pierce through something and then pull it back. And so there's shit like that. But with, like, the Martian landing castles, the idea would be to have it so that the landing castle lands inside of the arm. And so it fucking spins, and then the fucking castle starts going down into it, and it's starting to hit the sides and stuff like that. And it's just being shredded to bits, and it's just like, ah! Like, again, that's the whole idea of the gruesome deaths and stuff like that, to make it so they just don't come back. So, like, the fucking, there's, like, entire floors of the fucking landing castle, they're just going in, fucking getting obliterated by the fucking sides of it. Then just fucking, like, there's bits that are being torn off. It's starting to heat up because of all the friction. And then it's just kind of the rest of the landing castle goes into this kind of just blob of fucking molten metal and stuff like that. Along with it still fucking spinning. So any of it that just not hitting the fucking bottom is just being shredded by everything else. And it's just like, it's cool stuff like that. It's like, I really would love to get this stuff to actually be, like, animated and stuff like that, because there's that whole aspect. And again, I'm not nowhere fucking big enough. And again, the whole idea of fucking map kind of big. Oh my god, look. But then there's just, like, there's stuff like that, and there's also, like, what was it? Fucking, again, there's the whole stick with that. But then there's, like, other stuff where it's like, well, there's Elder Maxon. He's on the side of the anti-realmer shit, because he doesn't give a fuck about anyone but the Brotherhood. So he's willing to support them because they're willing to do that. And so in return, he provides the fucking vertibird so that, like, there's fucking entire enemy forces. And then there's stuff like, fucking... So, like, again, Just Cause. So there's, like, Di Ravello. A good chunk of the battles is that he rides in on the fucking massive airship. And it's about to it's like trying to deploy its fucking its fragmentation laser and stuff like that. And so they have to go and stop that. There's a whole bit where fucking because of Just Cause 4 there's that goddamn pirate ship. So I love the idea of just like fucking you throw a bunch of the balloons for 4 and then you just have a mobile fucking platform that just fucking flies. But it's like a fucking pirate ship, so there's like a couple of people on it. And they're like, way up, she raises her leg in the board. But then you fire fucking barrages. It's like, so like you're in the middle of this fucking massive like sci-fi airship. And fucking, but you're blasting the sides of enemies with just the cannons. It's just like, there's cool stuff like that. And then, but then there's this whole like thing where basically... Because it's Eden, we ended up making a deal with Eden that they'll back off and stop providing assistance for Di Ravello because he's just so insane that he will not stop attacking. So there's that whole bit where fucking, like now when he's being brought in, he no longer has the airship because it's not on his side. He's not able to call in the loaders or the fucking... anything else that was from Eden Corporation. So he's actually been relying on Espinosa a lot for his fucking airships and stuff like that. And then there's just other bits where it's like fucking... again, it's like... Again, Chara, she's been bested so many times that it's just like... That, but there's also the aspect that because we have so many like worlds, like fucking the Call of Duty crew have gone ahead, like from like fucking my... playing through Cold War, there's like the fucking main character, there's Bell, there's fucking I don't remember who the fuck I don't rescue. That's the worst bit about, there's like some bit where I'm like, I will die on this hill, and there's other bits where it's like, I've been kind of I think I've been using the wrong name the entire fucking time. There's fucking the whole bit where fucking Echo 216 is like a constant reoccurring because of the Pelican. I don't remember. I think it's actually not Espinosa or something like that. No, I think I keep calling him like... what the fuck is his name? $216. Halo Infinite. Fernando Esparza. That's what it is, but I keep calling him Espinosa. Just because that's what I remembered his name as. But it's like him and like fucking, again, because I grabbed the fucking cannon from the fucking, before they patched it. So that's what I remember my playthrough being, is that fucking Chief just has a cannon coming out of his face. So there's just bits where like you bring in fucking him, fucking Chief, and then you get like other characters that tag along, like the 3 Couriers, the 76ers, the Souls from Fallout 4. Like, all of them get brought into fights. They're fucking duking it out. And it's just like they're being dropped off from the Pelican and stuff like that. Like, and there's just so many, like, things about it. And there's fucking... Again, I'm gonna look this up. Okay, so there's also this other thought where, so... There have definitely been characters where we would love to save. But know that... their story has ended and stuff like that. So there's the thought of like, again, Bell technically dies at the end of fucking my campaign. Because I chose the good ending, but he gets shot by Micah or whatever the fuck his name is. I can't remember. Fucking, campaign. Let me find it. I need to find out, because I don't think it's Mason. I think it's like a different character. Yeah. No, his fucking name is Alder. Fucking hell. Yeah, Alder. Oh shit, that's why! It's Frank Woods, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe Mason Alex. What the? Okay, that's probably why. Because there's Mason Woods and fucking... That's probably why I've been fucking thinking it's the same character. Because there's Helen Park and the other one that she has an interest in. So, like, fucking... So the whole shtick is that Helen has an interest... I think it's Helen, right? Yes, it is Helen. Helen has an interest in, I'm pretty sure she has an interest. It's, like, in fucking, like, either Woods or Mason. That's probably why. Fuck, who is it? That's the problem. I don't think... Fucking, I can't remember. Well, that's also the other issue. Fucking, Frank and Mason, or fucking Woods and Mason heavily rely on each other. Fucking... Let's see, oh yeah, he's been on a lot of shit. Okay, can you fucking load? Oh my god, can you fucking, like... What happened? Why the fuck did you just completely stall out on me? Anyway. Eagle of Death. No. Oh, he's completely... Okay. Yeah, stop Perseus. From... Yeah, that stuff. Get revenge. Friends and Allies. Helen Park. I don't think this is the one, though. That's the problem. I need to fucking see this. Fucking... what is his events in Cold War? So Black Ops. Where's that one? Cold War, yes. Tasked with... just so it's the... No, okay, so... Fuck, it's Park or Lazar. So it's not even any of those ones. It's a completely separate character, isn't it? Which one's Lazar? No, this isn't it. Oh, fuck me. Okay, is it Lazarus? Have I just fucking been remembering the wrong fucking character? Oh, it definitely is, isn't it? Oh, fuck, that's a whole separate thing. So, Lazar... So that's who the fuck... Okay, so there's a whole fucking bit in the Cold War stuff where basically this fight happens. You're over in Cuba, you're all trying to escape via Skyhook, but you end up getting overwhelmed, and so, like, you have to choose either to save Helen or Lazar, and the whole shtick is that Lazar and Helen have an interest in each other. I'm pretty sure, right? So there's a whole bit of fucking... You end up kind of... Either side, one of them will end up dying. I don't know why the fuck I thought it was Mason that was between. But there's the whole shtick of that, again, fucking... So there's the whole shtick of, how do you have... So I guess technically the group is Bell, Lazar, fucking the multiplayer, and then the zombies one, and then there's again the whole crossover one, which I can finally fucking start explaining in a second. But the whole bit with the idea of that is that the reason why Lazar is in the COD group in that stuff is because I ended up saving Park, who is apparently the canon one anyway, but I saved her, so the whole idea is that he ends up just getting killed. But in the one word that stuff happens, what ends up happening is that my guys step in, we annihilate them, but pull them out before anything else happens. But what ends up being the case is that he is considered dead. He is to be technically dead, so he cannot fully return back to COD Cold War stuff. He could visit with, again, the one that he has an interest in and stuff like that, but he could not settle down with her or stuff like that unless it was outside of that realm. So, like, they couldn't have, like, you know, kids or stuff like that, because then it's like, how the hell do you, then there's that aspect, and then there's whole bits where it's like, just, yeah, but, like, the whole thought is that you, like, there are characters we end up saving that should have died, and there's, like, interesting ones where it's, like, how it ends up being is that they get, like, fucking replaced by a synth or stuff like that, so that they could take the shot while they end up surviving. But because they are supposed to be dead, they are not allowed to just... They're, again, supposed to be dead. But there's, like, aspects where it's, like, some of them will end up, like... Majority of the ones that end up getting, like, pulled out and are not... will not actually die. What ends up happening is that they kind of just, like, detach themselves from their, like, groups. So there'll be, like, bits where, like, families will end up, even though they know that they are essentially alive, they will basically just move on and stuff like that. And there's just bits like that. So, like, there's the whole thought of that if somebody is saved, even though they should have died, it is really the lesser of two evils and stuff like that. And then there's this whole shtick where the Realmers have never actually had anyone die in their hands. And it ends up being a bit where Kaisar, or the Anti-Realmer, is actually going into the new realm that's been like discovered or crossed into, because he intends to get that one up on us by killing the main character or whoever we would recruit from that world. So that way we could, you know, lose one of our advantages, because they would still have the villains and stuff like that. But then, so that's the whole thought with that. But then there's the whole aspect of the crossover COD crew, or the crossover COD guy. So, like I said, there was a whole reboot that essentially happened, where I wanted to make it so that it was reasonable to fucking have it as a own product that I could sell. So, one of the things that ended up being was that I had played Black Ops 2. I had, like, my character that I really, like, thought about and stuff like that, and kind of, like, was like, this is my character for, like, if I'm in the thick of it and stuff like that, of who I would call upon and stuff like that. So I got really attached to the whole idea of it. Like, again, I love the idea of the riot shield and, like, the SMR and stuff like that from that, shocks and all the other stuff. So it's like, fucking, one thing was that the whole shtick is that there's again the reboot where everything gets wiped. There's no more of the characters. We have to have whole new introductions. But then, so like the Realmer gets wiped, and then he starts doing those stuff again, so that it could be for again, sales purposes or copyright reasons. But then there's this whole shtick where the guy from the original go-through, because at the time, and still technically, because it was on the PlayStation that I played the Xbox Black Ops 2. I don't actually own it on the PlayStation yet. So there technically still hasn't been a crossover into the Cold War or Call of Duty Black Ops 2 technically, except for on the PC, because I own it on the PC and I've played it on the PC. But there's the whole shtick of that it's not been crossed into at all yet. But somehow there is this character. There is the character, and what it ends up being is that he is from the original. He's not like he was. He survived the reboot and stuff like that, but he basically got put into the void until he finally came back out. And so they're like, there's this whole shtick where it's like, and I really love it because it's like what ends up becoming of it is that he is initially skeptical and stuff like that. He's like, fucking there's a lot of stuff that's changed. Or for one thing, there are multiple of you that had like distinct personalities, and now there's just you, and then you can have a copy of yourself in a suit that doesn't have you. So it's like you could have like your basically an armor stand without anything in it, and it's still doing your stuff. And then there's the whole shtick with the damn truck. God, there's a whole fun stuff where it's like, again, like the signature vehicle I drive is like a half track with a gun that like can switch to like separate like shot, like different shots and stuff like that. So like it could be an anti-aircraft gun, or you could flip it and it becomes like a fucking quad machine gun just for the ground and stuff like that. But the whole shtick is that the truck can actually do its own shit because it's been infused with an emotional energy and stuff like that. And that's where the suit comes in, is that it's been infused in emotional energy, because that was an idea, was that because the initial one before the reboot was that there were supposed to be like multiple versions of myself that had been like definitive, like this is the tactical or this is the mastermind myself, or this is the fun going guy, or fun going myself, and blah blah blah. But then it got again rebooted, so all that got wiped. But again, the whole idea is that he's seen it, he knows about all that stuff, and now he's looking at it, but he's also looking at what has now been created. And so it's kind of both like an interesting thing, but it's also like this for like my own personal stuff, looking back on what I initially came up with as to where it is now, and it's like, well, I've done a lot, and there's a lot more thinking around this stuff, like how it should work and stuff like that. So like it ends up being that the guy's proud of me, and that as much as he was worried, that what he sees now is that really good and stuff like that. Oh boy, I did a lot of talking about technically the lore for the channel. But yeah, well, it's just like, again, I haven't had like a genuine like ability to explain it and stuff like that. I probably will end up like, I don't know, because that's one of the things. I wouldn't mind it if we ever did get to the point where game theory and stuff like that, we're looking at the channel and be like, ooh, we could make some theories on this. I would love it if it just like fucking, again, they just go like fucking, and they're like, no, it'd be like best if like people get referred to like, they're like, oh, we're looking at this channel, the Realmer and stuff like that. He's got quite a few things and stuff like that. We would like to make a couple of theories on him, but we just don't know. And like, is there anything you guys would suggest? And they're like, go watch Spider-Man Morales, whatever episode this is. You gotta watch the very end. And they're like, okay, we'll go watch it. And then fucking they get to, they're like, okay, this just seems like oh god, it's all there, but it's not. Oh, this works so well, because they could theorize off some of it, and then be like, okay, well, this is the stuff he's like definitively stated on record, but there's also stuff where like, okay, blah 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 blah. It's just like, oh, I love the idea of that, where it's just like fucking, it's like the idea of getting a cheat sheet, but there's also the aspect of this is probably not, like, this is going to be the only legitimate explanation I give. Because I still love the idea of, like, again, expanding into that stuff. Because there's going to be stuff that I can't fucking include. I can't include the reboot character. I can't include any of the like copyright stuff without getting some approvals and stuff like that. Like there's whole bits where fucking the thought of like fucking Markiplier's different characters and fucking like even Jacksepticeye's different characters, like because of how like there's the whole aspect of that technically YouTube as itself is a realm and stuff like that. So there's whole bits around that where it's like fucking you have like fucking Markiplier, Darkiplier, fucking all of the other fucking characters he has. Like they all are separate individuals, but they all like fucking can interact or just have fun and stuff like that. Like fucking Wolfstash is just out there in the fucking different realms. He's fucking going through the fucking Borderlands 2 fucking campaign for the 5 billionth time. Just going like, alright pals. Or just the idea of fucking, because that's the other fun stuff, is just like, it's kind of interesting to think of, because if you had it so that characters just could infinitely respawn, you know, what would they make of their time and stuff like that? And it's like, you know, Zona 5 is a really fun game. It would be really interesting at just seeing how characters, like, both creating their own vehicles or just fucking hopping into a vehicle and just being like, alright, let's go fucking drive. You know, like, fucking, like, you have entire races where it's like fucking, you got the Factorio guy fucking racing fucking the Robotnik stuff, and then fucking, racing against Sonic and fucking racing against the Courier and stuff like that. And oh god, I didn't even technically explain the fucking Robotnik stuff. Because the whole shtick with Robotnik is that he also is technically, because there's a whole bit that he is dead, but that he's been absorbed into the Master Emerald, so he's causing havoc because, again, at the time there was no technical enemy, since the Anti-Realmer was in the anti-shantytown, had his whole shtick where he was just like, I'm just doing my own thing. And then fucking there's the whole bit where just Eggman is being involved, and then that ends up being that fucking, the reason he's being involved is that he's trying to find some way to get out of the Master Emerald and stuff like that. And one of the ways he finds is that, and this is gonna be a fucking deep cut, fucking, you remember the room 2 and that whole weird fucking mysterious black fucking goo? Now that fucking someone gets into it. There's a whole bit where fucking it could be used to fucking go ahead and trade the soul for a soul and stuff like that. So there's that bit. Then there's the whole bit where, like, at one point it gets like thrown into the void, exploded to basically make it so that they have more time to figure out how to fucking basically, well, it ended up being disenchant the fucking material so that way they could stop it, because the whole shtick is that the material from the room 2 is just like this what did I fucking call it? It was a corruptor agent. So like the whole shtick is that Dr. Eggman still wants a body, but the reason why he's going so far with this stuff is that he's been so engulfed in the idea of fucking using this again, mystery fluid, because he's been corrupted by it to be completely fucking like trying to just follow what this thing wants him to do. And then when it gets taken from him, blown up and spread across so they could have more time to like find people, like they end up they have the people from fucking goddamn Ni no Kunai, both games. They have like plenty of like they initially look at it like scientifically, how do you like make this so it's no longer doing what it's doing? We can't find shit on how to do this. Have you guys looked at it from a magical perspective? It's like, no, we fucking didn't. So then they start recruiting all these other characters. Again, the fucking Ni no Kunai stuff. There's like fucking, I think they included the fucking Harry Potter stuff. There's just quite a few other stuff where it's like fucking, the whole shtick is that we need people who can research fucking magic to try and disenchant it. And then they end up being able to disenchant it. I don't remember how. I think it was that it was something like you had to imbue it with a pure source or something like that, and so they ended up doing that, and so that the samples they had ended up being converted into the pure stuff, but that there's still the contaminated or the corruptor variant out there, and that you'd have to collect it and then like fucking reintroduce it to the purified version, so that way they could cancel or go ahead and destroy the fucking corruptor version. And then that's the whole shtick, is that fucking Dr. Eggman, because he's no longer under the fucking influence of it, and that he would like to get a body back, or body that isn't fucking made of just Master Emerald energy, he ends up teaming up with, or doesn't team up. What ends up happening is that he goes like on trial. He has this whole shtick where basically he gets sentenced, but because there's no point in just outright killing him, what he ends up having to do is just pay back all of the fucking damage he's done. And it's like, because again, there's the whole thing with the CBs, there's not really physical damage that needs to be repaired at the time, it's just financial damage. So like there's a whole bit of where he needs to just basically work off the debt, and then also he has community service with fucking, and there's a whole thing where fucking Asgore's from fucking the Deltarune stuff, how he has like a fucking, the whole flower shop business. There's just fucking off in the same planet that fucking Anti-Shantytown, just way across it, there's just fucking flower, or fucking Asgore's fucking flower fucking factory. And so like what ends up happening is Robotnik and Dr. Stone, they end up having to perform community service and pay off their debt. And so like Robotnik also teams up with the Factorio guy, like to figure out, okay, how else could I try to, you know, improve upon this, but also make it so that, you know, because I pretty much fucked up a lot of shit, and I would kind of like to make it, you know, so people don't fucking look at me and think, God, why the fuck is he even around? Like, he has PR and stuff like that. And then there's the whole shtick where Stardew Valley has, like, the entire market on, like, organic, like, farm-grown, like, hand-grown shit, but there's nobody in the market, or there's nobody that's producing for the market organic, but, like, mass-produced food that could be broken down into, like, ingredients. So, like, it could be sold to, like, fucking Manhattan, fucking the Spiderman Remastered, or any of the other fucking places that just kind of help them with their food stuff. And again, it kind of gets interesting, because when you think about, again, Minecraft is just an infinite number of worlds you can generate. Not to mention that the worlds themselves are kind of really fucking vast. So if you made it so that just, you had it so that a bunch of farms were farming their stuff, and it ends up being that, like, because again, the Factorio guy, he's using both Factorio worlds and Minecraft worlds to mine the hard minerals and all that, or the non-organic stuff, but he doesn't have anything for the organic. So Robotnik, he teams up with him, makes it go like, so your robots, they're really good, but I think it would be a good idea for you to get into the market of just food. And then there's that whole aspect where it'd be a good idea for like PR, but there's also good stuff with the other stuff. And then there's this whole fucking bit where it's like Dr. Stone, like, he's just trying to figure out what the fuck to do, because he can't really provide all that stuff. Like, he doesn't have the army of robots that he could use to try to pay back his stuff. So he ends up getting referred, because he's again decent, like, with fucking controlling, like, again, the fucking death egg or whatever the fuck he's in. He's able to figure it out, get it so that he could fire off rockets, use the fucking mustache smasher, whatever the fuck that one was. So it's like, they get him into the cataphract stuff from Old Noah, and they're like, okay, well, you could learn how to pilot a cataphract, and then what you can end up doing is doing mercenary work, so that way you could get paid for this stuff. Of course, you'll need to first pay off the cataphract and also the cataphract training. But once you get those done, then you could actually go ahead and customize your cataphract for like special missions and stuff like that. Like, not every mission's going to need an escort. Some missions are just going to be like hey, I need somebody to fucking like help me plant a bunch of shit, but you know, I don't really like the mech you have. It has a gun. It doesn't help me plant. But if you get it so like you can help like with sprinkler systems, putting up like farming equipment, stuff like that stuff. And then there's the whole aspect where like I think what ends up happening is that Agent Stone ends up paying his debt before Robotnik. But there's also the aspect that they're like trying to still figure out how to get him out of the Master Emerald. So there's a shtick where I think it's either Robotnik pays it off for... No, I think it's Robotnik pays it off first. So like they're trying to figure out stuff, but they also want Dr. Stone to come along. So like they end up just having him do mercenary work so that he's getting paid by Robotnik and it's also going towards his fines. But then there's the whole aspect that they still have the community hours to serve, so they get approval from the whole Realmers that they would be still conducting community service with supervision, or while being supervised by the fucking Factorio guy, because the whole shtick is that they could like they end up going to like different Robotniks throughout the entire like fucking realms and stuff like that, and they're like, okay, well they each have their own Master Emeralds and stuff like that. We could try to see if they won't like they'll give us just the research they have on it, and then like for some of them they will, for other ones they won't. There was a whole shtick with the Prime ones. So like the idea is that there is this whole shtick where you could get data from a realm simply by analyzing the entire realm, but it takes like a whole day. So there's a whole aspect where the reason, again, with the whole Realmers indicting new members, but there's also the danger of like that again. If you killed them, it would be a massive morale deficit, or that it would be a disadvantage for the Realmers. But they would be protected after a day. So like because the whole shtick is that they would be given their own device that would slowly analyze the entire realm and then make it so that they could be brought into the protection of the Realmers and stuff like that. Because there's also this other fucking thing where it's like to make it so that fucking you don't have it so that fucking Deputy Supertooth from fucking Toontown is facing off against the Xenomorphs from fucking Alien Isolation. He just gets completely fucking gobbled up. It would be that he gets even footing because of the fact that there's this power boost to when you enter different realms, but it also makes it so that stuff can be on an equal playing ground in terms of stuff like that. So like if Deputy, or if the like Toontown Reridden got invaded by fucking Di Ravello and the fucking Eden Corporation megaship, or the airship, they're not out of fucking any options. They just go and be like, throw a pie, and then it does actual significant damage and stuff like that. And again, there's just a bunch of stuff with that, and it's just like it kind of makes it quite interesting because there's the whole shtick of that Deputy can't speak. He only speaks in like dog, but also in speech bubble. So like there's fucking this whole bit where fucking I think again there was it was going through like the fucking Avatar stuff. So like there's this bit where fucking oh yeah, there was that whole shtick. So right now there's technically a whole shtick where P3 from Atomic Heart is trying to find a way to go ahead and take the remains of his wife from the twins and go ahead and make a suitable body for him. But he like reaches out to Deputy Supertooth because he's dealing with Sechenov for a second time, which is a whole thought around that. Because when you play the Atomic Heart, once you've finished the game, when you go back, it just boots you right after the gate, but you have all your shit. So like the way I've concluded it is that P3, because like, I think there's the whole shtick that he is technically in a loop. So like the whole shtick is that even though Charles has consumed Sechenov twice, he's still in his glove, but they're both aware of what Charles has done and all of the shit that has happened. Like, there's even a line where it's like, they go into, like, the spirit world because they would like to give P3 at least the ability to, like, just see his wife. Because the only thing you can see her now is just this glob of fucking polymer, because that's all that's left of her fucking mind. So, like, they go to Aang, they're like, hey, we know there's no, like, suitable bodies and stuff like that, but we wouldn't mind at least giving him a genuine look at his wife. And so, like, they go into the spirit stuff, like, there's his wife, but there's also, like, Charles in, like, again, his pre-polymer state. So, like, again, it's like that whole aspect of them interacting. But then there's this bit where fucking Deputy is able to just talk. He's not just speaking out and, like, fucking, and then fucking, hello there. It's just, hey, how's it going? There's even, like, that's how you sound like? Yeah, fucking when I'm not speaking like a dog, and you can just hear me like a normal thing, and then, yeah, this is how I sound. Of course, it's a spirit world where you can reasonably understand people. And then it ends up being that fucking, like, the Avatar group end up, like, fucking, like, Aang was in on it, that they were gonna just do this quick little thing, but then, like, the rest of the group kind of stumble across them because they were taking, like, a rest for the night. And so, like, there's what interactions would they have? Like, again, it was, like, especially with Toph. Toph is a really good one that I like, because it's like, she's blind. How the fuck do you how do you make it so that the dog and the fucking blind girl speak to each other? It's like, what the fuck is this weird bipedal, like, dog thing? Why are you talking to me like this? You have crazier animals. Katara, why did you say that? Well, he's speaking in, like, some weird, like, sign stuff. I mean, we're able to understand it, but you're not exactly able to see it. Alright, I guess I'll see it hear it from you then. It's just stuff like that. And I love the idea of that stuff, where it's like interactions that would never fucking happen. You would never get the fucking Toons fucking fighting against any of the other shit that they end up technically fighting against in the fucking Realmers and stuff like that. But it's such a fucking, like, I love the idea of it and all that. Anyway, if you fucking have stuck around with me this long and are not fucking from the theory channels, I appreciate you. But otherwise, we are going to have to end it off here. Thank you guys for tuning in, all the jazz. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and see the video. And then over it, what's the button? This is the button, right?